Well, hello, all you sassy preppers. Welcome back to Sassy Gal Preppin'. Oh my gosh, I'm having fun. Today is a pop up live stream because I can't get out and walk outside. We've had lots of crazy activity in the area, and I just decided to play safe and stay inside. So, wait till y'all hear what's been going on. Um, so I'm just going to hold out for a second and see if anyone's going to be coming in while I check my phone to see if the live stream is going on. Yay, there we go. Yes, I see me. Look, I see me. So yeah, anyway, so this week has been very active in my area with cops and robbers. Oh my gosh. So look, my coffee mug says I seized the wrong day. Yeah. All right, so in all seriousness, we had let's see, one day we had what sounded like gunfire in the middle of the day, like kinda like how it is right now, and I thought, "No way is that gunfire," but I didn't think it was fireworks either, and so it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon or so, and it sounded like it was traveling and it was going down the road, and which is the main road, which is about a quarter of a mile from our house, and, we heard that, we heard, sirens. And then right about 5 minutes later, my daughter was actually getting picked up to go to her youth group, and they saw, ambulances. So when I got up to the stoplight that's about not even a mile away, they noticed that there were ambulances and everything going in the direction that, all of the car chase was going. So, never did get to find out what was going on. I checked, I'm part of the Nextdoor app. We, have a community here on there, our HOA does. I checked on there, checked with other neighbors, checked in the Ring app just because that will usually report crime in my area. Did not see anything there. And then someone told me I could go check a different place, and I forgot where that was. And since I'm not on Facebook a lot, I can usually check the police chatter group that they have on there for our county. So anyway, that was a little bit interesting. So we have no idea what was going on there. And then we had the other night, again, like one neighborhood over, I was hearing what sounded like gunshots. This is not the time of year for fireworks, although I wouldn't put it past anyone to just set off fireworks randomly. That has happened, but it didn't sound normal. And what I did is I started counting the little pops that I was hearing, and I heard like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I counted up to 15, which I know is what a magazine will usually hold, and then there was a pause, and I thought, "Well, maybe it's over." Nope, then again, there was another 15. Now, that could be coincidence, and it could have been fireworks, but according to the chatter in the Nextdoor app, it was conflicting. Someone said that they were sure it was fireworks, another one said that it sounded like a gun, and so up in the air and nobody could see anything. They weren't able to, have visual confirmation that there was, any fireworks or anything. Hello, Kathy. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in. This is just a pop-up chat, so don't worry if you didn't get a notification or anything. Just having a little chat since I couldn't really get out and walk this week, and I was just explaining why. Had a lot of disturbing activity that I just didn't feel like I wanted to go out walking alone, in that. And then yesterday, I thought, okay, I'm going to take my girls to their dance class. And usually I will walk downtown where their dance class is. We have a historic area where we can walk, and there's no car traffic down there. It's just pedestrian. And when I got down there to drop the girls off, there was a heavy police presence on the corner where one of these coffee shops was at. And it looked like they either were arresting someone or there might have been crime, I don't know. And the ladies that were in the dance studio in the front, when you walk in, they didn't know anything about it either. And so I was like, "Well, if you ever find out, let me know." Because then I was curious because I like to go in that coffee shop. And just seeing that heavy police presence outside just kinda made me go, "Hmm." So anyway, so it's been kind of an active week in my area. Lots of police were out yesterday. Looked like a really big event was going on, um, out in my area because there were several police cars and fire trucks that were going out in my general direction. So anyway, it's just been fun, fun, fun. So anyway, no walking today or no walking this week, but we can still talk. So if you're catching the replay, let me know, put hashtag replay. And I would also like to know from those that are watching now, the live stream or the replay, we're getting into the holiday season and I'm thinking ahead and to Christmas. And last year I did a Christmas trivia show and I wanted to know if y'all wanted to do that again. We had a lot of fun. I gave away prizes. We had just the general air of playing a game and testing our Christmas trivia was fun. So I'd like to do it again and let me know if you would too. I'd like to have a fun night of it. Um, Also, for the holiday season, last year I made a video that had relaxing holiday music on it. And so I thought I would let you know that that video is still there. And it's called, hang on a second, I wrote the title down. A Peaceful Christmas Moments is the title of the video. It's about an hour of music, and maybe you might want to put it on and have it on in the morning while you're having coffee, or maybe wrapping presents or something, or just to set the mood. It's just quiet Christmas music to something to relax to, with a fireplace on the screen. So, but anyway, I made that last year. It was fun, and so anyway, I wanted to let you all know that that was there, and I'll try to put a link in the description box so later on we can follow up with that. And then, oh, hang on a second. I am getting tagged by my daughter. Hello. And speaking of my daughter, I have a lot of stuff to tell you about what's been going on with us, which is why I haven't been making a lot of videos either. Hope there's not an urgent request here. So what's been going on? I have not been able to really make a lot of videos. Um, my daughter is involved in American Heritage Girls, and I happen to be the troop leader. I assumed the leadership this year. I had been the assistant leader, but just things are changing in our troop, and so I decided to be the troop leader this year. Um, oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening to my daughter. It's kind of like being in the shower and you get, um, you forget your towel or something. So what's all well, somebody type in the comments. What's been going on with y'all? You been finding any deals in the grocery store lately? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I might have to actually get up. All right, y'all. I'll be right back. Yeah. Oh my gosh. My poor daughter. Okay. Anyway, we're back. Okay, Gail. Gail Sweeney says you found no deals this week. Oh yeah, no deals. Deals. The Virginia Bushcrafter. Hey, deals. No way. I just walked out of one fast food place when they told me the price of my order. Uh-oh. I'm telling you, it is. I have a video that I'm getting ready to post that is hello, it's a pickup order from my Martin's grocery store, and it was like $70 and there's like nothing on the counter. Ugh, can't can't believe this caca going on. Let's see. We're trying to get your Christmas shopping done now. Okay, so we don't have to be out with the cray cray. I hear ya. Trying to do some Christmas shopping myself. I refuse to pay what they wanted for a cup of coffee. Hash brown and pancakes. Was that McDonald's? It is so overpriced to get like a coffee or, like go to Chick-fil-A and, even just get a meal. It's almost $10 for one person to have a sandwich and fries and a drink. So we just don't, it's very hard to go out now. Yeah, refuse to pay what they want. It's crazy. I have so with my Martin's pickup order that I did get some how do you put it? Some rewards points, and that got me up to my free turkey, so I could get free turkey next week when I go in. And but I had to purchase, what am I trying to say? Select items. And then those select items, if it totaled a certain amount, which was I think $15, then I was able to get 300 points, and I only needed like 150 points to be able to get up to the points I needed for a free turkey. So anyway, I did that. I bought, but you'll see what I got in the video. But I mean, just the rest of it totaled up to $70, and I'm like, what did I buy? I feel like I bought nothing. Oh, McDonald's, yeah. It's funny how I knew that. Ask me how I know. Don't ask me. We used to go to McDonald's all the time when the kids were little, and we would come back from their dance class or something going on, and it was usually a long night because the girls had class back to back. We would just swing through McDonald's on the way home, and that was affordable back then. Can't do that anymore. It's crazy. All right. Anybody else come and join while I was away? We have Kathy, Gail, and the Virginia Bushcrafter. Thank you for being here. All right. So yay on the Christmas trivia show. I'm going to be planning that. So I'll figure out a time when to have that. I'll look back at what I did last year, but we had such a good time last year with prizes and Christmas trivia and singing and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be fun. So back to what I was saying about why I've just been so busy and overwhelmed this week. And my daughter is working on a project with American Heritage Girls, and it's the highest award that you can get, which is called the Stars and Stripes Award. And I'm going to actually kind of talk it up a little bit because nobody really knows what American Heritage Girls is. A lot of people will either say, "Oh yeah, that's like Girl Scouts, right?" Yes and no. And there's a lot of no to that. And then they'll say, "Oh, this award that she's working on. Oh yeah, that's just like the Boy Scouts Eagle Project." Yes, but no. There's a whole lot of no. But if you're familiar with a scouting program, you're going to be familiar with what American Heritage Girls is about. It is a faith-based program. So usually the charter organizations are in churches, and it's an outreach of the church for girls. Some churches may have other programs, that might be called Rangers or Awana clubs or something where it's a character building organization for youth, or a program, I should say, character building programs for youth. So anyway, she's been in this pretty much her entire life. And this is would be the culmination of all of her years in American Heritage Girls, and so she's working on a project where she is building a donation box for a an organization called Froggy's Closet, and in our community, that is a nonprofit organization, and FROG stands for Families Reaching Out Group, and I think they've been in existence for at least 10 years, I know. And they take in a lot of supplies from clothing to shoes to school supplies. Um, oh my gosh, all kinds of things, maybe small pieces of furniture, nothing like big for a house, but just its focus is on children who are may have been gone through the fostering process, adoption process, or children that may have been abused and neglected. So it's a wonderful organization. So their little box out front is a little tote box. And so my daughter wants to build them a collection box that actually has a lid, and it looks like if you've seen like a blanket chest, people that may put their blankets, quilts, comforters, things like that, for the winter and store them in a chest. That's what this looks like. So she's going to be building that this weekend, painting for the next week or so, but she hopes to actually have it installed to the organization on December 1st. And we're really excited. We're also very frustrated with a lot of things, the way the program runs, and that's the headache that I've had and the time that I've had to put into this just for paperwork. Well, actually, it's not me, but I'm supervising her while she's doing this so I can coach her along because she has, forms and she has papers and essays that she needs to write. And as far as girls that are going to be coming and working with, power tools or staining, polyurethane, things, these kinds of things. We have to have safety procedures in place. It is so much paperwork. It is a headache. And so now she's starting to feel like what I go through on the troop coordinator basis. It's taken me 2 months just to get all of the paperwork organized for all of the girl members and the parents who have to be registered adults, which means we have to go through background checks and everybody has to have a health form. And oh my goodness, just so much paperwork, y'all. So at the risk of sounding like I'm complaining, I have a love-hate relationship with this group. And yet I'm wearing one of the t-shirts. Which way can I go here? Let your light shine. um, and that this is some of our spirit wear. But it's been how do I say? It's just been a lot of frustration, but it's been so detailed that it's taken up a lot of extra time. And so anyway, that's what I've been doing as paperwork because last month, y'all, if you saw some of my videos last month, we had the camping trip that we took. And so I took our troop camping and I had to have 5 forms for each girl um, in a binder plus 1 form for each adult. And then I had to have 2 binders made with the same set of forms. And then I had to turn one into the health and service or the health and safety leads at the campgrounds. And then they keep it. They didn't even return it. So I had to, go through all of the paperwork making plus updating all of the information to current records. So it's just, if you like paperwork, you want to come be my assistant, let me know. So, but I do love the program as far as character building, building women of integrity. I do like that part of the program. So yeah. So anyway, that is my oldest daughter earned her Stars and Stripes award. So she was the first one out here in the area that we live, which is way Western Virginia. So she was the first one in our area to get it. And another girl from my troop was the second. We had a spin-off troop from my troop, which is a Catholic troop. And I believe that they have a girl that earned hers back in September. And then my daughter would be number 4. My youngest daughter would be number 4. So we are paving the way out here in Virginia. Sometimes we feel like we're the armpit of Virginia just because we're not in where the major cities are and stuff. We're out here in the country. So anyway, Anyway, that's what we've been up to. So, it's been hard to actually take that extra time to get out because I've had to be, take my daughter everywhere, and we're wrapping up our first half of our program year tonight. So, just wanted to get on here and just chat with y'all. In the meantime, I still wanted to remind you about $5 Fridays. If that has just been ongoing, I started that last year about taking $5 directed, either you find the money, maybe you found a mystery $5 somewhere, or you're saving up change. We're actually doing that right now. We have a little change bucket and we're throwing money in there. And when I get $5, I will um, go ahead and take that and go to some place like Dollar Tree, or I don't know, Family Dollar, somewhere where I know I can actually get the most for my $5. And so if you visit that playlist on my channel, you'll see tons of channels that have participated over the year about where they're going, how they're spending their $5, what they're doing. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it has been um, what do I say? Supplies, like matches or batteries or things like that. So, yeah, we're in a lovely part of Northern Virginia. So we're like Northwestern Virginia. I want to clarify that people hear Northern Virginia and they think it's the DC area, and we're not that close to DC. But we are in a very historical part of Virginia, and it is pretty. We are the apple capital of the USA out here. So anyway, it is beautiful. I gotta say that, and that's why we live here, right? So, but yeah, I do feel like we are way out and forgotten about sometimes. Like 81 runs like right straight through this side of Virginia along the Blue Ridge Mountains and stuff. And it seems like if you were on the east side of 81, you're part of the city. But if you as soon as you cross 81 and go west, you're like out in the country and nobody wants anything to do with you. So, so anyway, um, oh, ooh, the dogs are out. Okay. So if did y'all hear in the news? Oh my gosh, I posted a video earlier today. It is just a little over 1 minute, but it was too long for a short video. Um, it is oh, Stafford County. Oh my gosh, we gotta have like a prepper meetup or something. um, so earlier today I posted a video um about digital, what do I want to say? No, well, saying digital equity in quotes, but like internet equality or something, and it's part of the current administration's plans for um, effectively controlling all of the internet services out there and the infrastructure. So, if y'all haven't seen that, go look at that video. It's just a minute to watch it, but there are links in the description box of that video to the Washington Examiner, and also to the Office of the Commissioner Brendan Carr. And I should have said Brandon. Let's go. Okay. But Brendan Carr wrote a statement about it, and there's a link to that as well. So you'll get the exact copy, just that I have here that I'm reading from. But yeah, so apparently, so this was something that was part of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. They call it the Infrastructure Act. And it was from 2021. So if we haven't been paying very much attention to that because we've been distracted by a whole bunch of other things that have been going on globally, right? Virginia, grandma. Woo, again, we need to have a prepper meetup because look, I have a whole bunch of neighbors. Dulles Airport area. I was just over there. Virginia, grandma, there is a church over that way, if you know what I'm talking about. There's a really big church called Cornerstone. And if you happen to go there, you should shoot me an email and maybe we can hook up at a service and meet each other. Anyway. Okay, too much information. All right, so the Infrastructure Act, this was current administration, adopting new rules, and all in the name of digital equity. And I'm like, what the heck is that even? Digital equity. Like, I guess because not everybody can have access to the internet because of your lot in life. I'm trying to find ways to say this. Virginia Grandma, we've got you guys send me an email. Okay, so my email, I don't have it in the description box of this video, but my email is sassygalprepping at proton.me, M-E. And if you want to send me an email and let me know what service you go to, then I will happily look for you and I'll let you know. Maybe we can hook up at the service on next Sunday or a Christmas service or something. That would be so cool. Okay. It's like I have a friend. So anyway. All right. So this Infrastructure Act looks like it was passed last year. And admittedly, I do not know a lot about it. And if I did hear about it, I don't know if that was part of the TikTok thing, if that was part of this or not. I don't believe so. I think it was something different. But all in the name of digital equity. Here's what I'm reading from Brendan Carr's statement. For the first time ever, those new rules would give the federal government a roving mandate to micromanage nearly every aspect of how the internet functions. And that's from how ISPs allocate capital and where they build to the services that consumers can purchase, from the profits that ISPs can realize and how they market and advertise services. So, I mean, like, we're talking like everything, discounts, promotions that consumers can receive. I mean, it's central planning. And and won't this be lovely? Because we know that the government can't manage anything, right? But back to digital equity. I'm like, what is this? To be equal access to the internet for all? Is that what we're going for here? Hey, Hugo Homestead, how are you? Wait, let me get this on here. There we go. Sassy. Anyway, okay. So anyway, yeah, this is on the link, and it takes you to his statement. But I pointed out a few things that, hold on a second. So the FCC, the text of this order expressly provides that the FCC would be empowered for the first time to regulate each and every ISPs, and then it gives a few things: network infrastructure deployment, network reliability, network upgrades, network maintenance, customer premises equipment, installation, all of that. It would also regulate speeds, capacities, latency, data caps, throttling, pricing, promotional rates. I mean, does any of this sound, any recognizing any of these terms? I mean, it's exhausting to read. And listen to this. The Biden administration's plan empowers the FCC to regulate every aspect of the internet sector. It's motivated by an ideology of government control. And that is not compatible with the fundamental precepts of free market capitalism. And it's, let's see, what else did I circle? There is no path to complying with this standardless regime. And another thing to point out is that Congress never authorized the FCC to regulate these industries. And there was another place that said Congress never authorized any of this. Oh, and reading this, let's see, hang on a second. Oh, yeah. So they're just talking about, this is an ideology called digital discrimination and digital discrimination. Everything is discriminatory, based on income level, race, ethnicity, color, religion, or national origin. Like, what the heck? Congress did not give the FCC the power to do any of this. The agency just creates it. So anyway, he's even calling out. He's saying the FCC should not do this. They should not adopt this. They should not agree with it. He said anyway, yeah, so he's saying they should not adopt it. So anyway, the link is on that video, and I would suggest getting it, printing it out, and just reading it so you can circle things in here too and ask questions and then contact your representative. If that's even anything anymore, I don't know. I get, like, so frustrated because we just had elections last week, and, in Virginia, there was a voting precinct, which is right down the road from me, like 1.7 miles. I know because I used to live right next door to it, but the precinct, right 1.7 miles from me, had people show up there, and, it said that they already voted. So our county, what do you call them? The people, the poll watchers or whoever's in charge, they're actually going around and canvassing the neighborhoods of the people that voted there. Excuse me. Um, and they are going around asking people if they had voted. So I guess they're trying to do a hand recount, but that's just one precinct. Um, so let me tell you, it happens. It happens everywhere. Um, the government can decide how to keep the lights on. Yeah, right. Hey, Uncle Al. Good to see you. Um, let's see who else is here. Yeah, hopefully I have everybody. I know there's not a lot of people on here. Um, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how sick in the stomach I am over the results. Oh my gosh. And and in my area, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, for those of you that are in Virginia, for the couple of people that are in here, there was um, our representative is Dave LaRock. And when he campaigned for senator against Timmy French, there was like a campaign to get him off, to get Dave LaRock off. So there was some shenanigans going on there. And so we did a huge write-in campaign for him, which he only got 8% of the votes. Write-in campaigns are so hard. But I'm going to tell you that Timmy French is not the Republican that he says he is. He's really for the Democrats. But, they have this. I hate that people can do that. But apparently he says he's for the farmer and he's for this, and he's not. He's just there. He's just is basically a Democrat, but just put an R on his name to get into the Senate because there was an opportunity. Every one of our seats, for y'all that aren't in Virginia, every last one of our seats was up as far for the House of Delegates was up for reelection. And it just wasn't good. And yeah. So it's almost like I can see why, like, my kids, I have 2 kids that are voting age 20 and 23. And I can see why they're just like, they have the attitude of why bother? Why bother voting? Because it doesn't really matter. They see what's going on. They see the corruption. They see that things are happening, and that, like, people like us, their parents or my generation and up, like, we're not really doing anything. Although we are, but my whole question is, people are saying, "Hey, America, wake up. Hey, wake up, everyone." And then, okay, and then you do wake up, and then what? Where are the people that are saying, talking about what we really need to do? Like, is it time for pitchforks and torches, like in the old days? Is it time to have a tea party and grab the tea and take me out to the ship? I'll dump some tea. Like, what is it that we really do? Because we're voting, we're doing things, we're contacting our representatives, we show up to not Congress, county board meetings and things like that. And I can do some things here locally, but as far as anything else goes, like, as far as trying to restore America, or at least the idea of America, to my kids, I'm not sure what's going on with this, how we're going to be able to show them that America is great, let's say. We grew up, my generation, I think we grew up, Gen X grew up with a little, we of pride. My goodness, sorry. Pride in America, patriotism, we kind of understood things, but just in my lifetime, I've seen things go downhill, and in the last few years go down very quickly. Oh gosh. Can you make some for me too? Oh, I love waffles. But this is true. America versus Democrats. It's very much a we it has been a created we versus them, us versus them. Um, I picked up a book from a used bookstore, and it was called, well, it was Woodrow Wilson's all of his campaign speeches were in this book, and it wasn't really something that he wrote, but they are all of his campaign speeches, and I was actually shocked to read how in back then, this was over 100 years ago when, before he campaigned to be president, and he was saying a lot of the same things that I would say, it's a government that needs to be back in the hands of the people. He was saying even then that if you get into these, local government or even federal government, he found that there was kind of a something behind the scenes going on. I'm not gonna say that it was a shadow government, but there was something going on behind the scenes that you just if you didn't talk out loud about things. And he was talking about corporate, that the corporations were starting to lobby and run the government, and it's supposed to be for the people, and he was all about wanting to get it to be back in the hands of the people. So I was kinda shocked, but even just to know that he knew or saw and witnessed things happening behind the scenes where you just like there were closed door meetings, there were, nobody really talked about what was going on. You didn't or you were afraid something was gonna happen, and this was happening 100 years ago. So what we're talking about today on all these YouTube channels and in the prepper community about, backdoor shenanigans and all this kinda stuff, this has been going on, and just if y'all didn't know that, you do now. Right, if every adult it is our responsibility actually, because you remember when a woman asked Ben Franklin, after we voted after they, she asked him hang on, let me get my get my words right. But she asked him like, "Well, what do we have, Mr. Franklin? Do we have a country and, freedom, that kind of thing, a republic?" He says, "Well, you do if you keep it," you know? And we haven't kept it. The American people haven't done exactly what you're talking about here, Hugo. It's just um, if every adult taught one child, and we are charged with that. Even in the Bible, we are charged in Deuteronomy. It is our responsibility as parents to be teaching, the law. So that was the Jewish law, but basically the precepts of or the principles and the tenets of of your faith. And that was what God was telling them. He said it's your responsibility to teach it to them and talk about it when you're sitting down, when you're rising up, when you're this, that, and the other thing. It's like you were always supposed to be doing it. And and they hadn't. And so the times when you don't have it being passed down and handed down, that is when the the next generation will forget. And I think that's what happened is that, we're getting to maybe my generation did not teach the next generation. I don't know, but I know we taught it in my home. So I taught 3 people, um, the importance, but what they're seeing thanks to social media and just the downfall in the last few years when they became voting age and they were really starting to understand things, they've seen it just go down. And they started to see it from about 4th grade on because we started really doing a lot of government things, reading the Constitution, memorizing, preamble to the Constitution, Declaration, those kinds of things. Um, and just understanding the history of our country. We were reading the letters of the founders of our country so we can understand where they were coming from, always going back to original intent. But but you do feel like you're swimming upstream a lot. I don't know how y'all feel, but I do. I feel like I'm swimming upstream in society because even people that we went to church with, what I would consider, conservatives or, people out here in my country, there's a lot of patriots out here. You find people that have, a pew pew hanging in the back window of their pickup truck, So oh my gosh. But yeah, it would and is it enough time back to this comment? Isn't enough time if we were to keep teaching them? Because I know sometimes, my kids honestly ask, again, they're young adults. They are asking I'm telling them one thing and then they're seeing something else happen. And I'm like, "Well, it's not supposed to work that way." And they're like, "Well, but it is." This out of control regime we have in the White House is just not even taking into consideration the boundaries of the Constitution or the Republic or the Supreme Court or Congress or anything. It's just like this it's just run amok. And I'm not saying that this I think that we got here today because of a series of administrations before today. Um but my kids are seeing it. They saw it in 4th grade. They were like, "How come we're not doing anything?" And I'm like, "That's a good question." So what are we like, okay, wake up America, but what's next? What's next when we wake up? What do we do? How do we go about trying to get rid of people in office? We vote, that doesn't seem to work because like I just said, there were places down the street that the machines were flipping votes and stuff, you know? People should look at the numbers. Yes, gas in 2020 compared to now, interest rates in 2020 compared to now. It's all yeah, vote with your brain. Can I just say, I know, like, I am a very, I am a person of faith, and a lot of the things that I see happening today, um, it's not new because it happened in the Bible, thousands of years ago, and the people, God's people, would complain. So if you read the book of Kings, First and Second Kings, if you go through and read, you'll see a pattern of where God's children would complain because they wanted a king like everybody else. We want a king. We want a king. And then they would get the king, and then the king would be overbearing, kind of like what we're experiencing right now. And then there would be a revolt, revolution. They would get the king out. God would take him out, whatever. And then they would be like, "Yay, freedom! We're so free! Thank you, thank you!" And then shortly after that, "We want a king! We want a king!" And so God would let them have a king, and the king would, be unruly and tyrannical, and they would have another battle, and or God would remove them, and they'd go through this whole thing, and then they would get back to yay freedom, and then it's just this endless cycle, sorry. And it's kind of funny to read in hindsight because we can see it and they didn't, but we in America are acting the same way. We want someone who gives us everything. Okay, we get Obama, and then and then we're like, oh, we're tired of that. We want someone that's more forceful and will take the bull by the horns. Okay, we get we get Trump, and then we're like, oh, I don't like Trump, he's too mean, he's too this or whatever. And then look what we get, someone who doesn't even know who he is and doesn't even know that he's alive. I'm probably gonna get so busted by YouTube for all of this. Hey, CR, I'm glad you're here. I gotta go back up here and look at some comments. Okay, here we go. I love these debate teams and situations in school. It teaches them to debate respectfully and question everything. Yes, you guys, if you can't you have to know. So this is one of the things that we did in debate. And I don't know that current public school people are doing this anymore. I don't know if they're actually teaching or holding debates or if there are debate clubs. When I was in school, debate was part of a class. I don't remember if it was, I don't remember what class it was. But I remember having to take a position, and I remember the position I had, I did not agree with. And so I'm like, oh, great. Now I have to defend something that I don't believe in. But what it did was help me understand the other side so that I could actually debate. So I knew when you're debating and having all of these issues out there that you need to consider and think about, not only do you know your side, great, and you should know your side. You should, if someone tells you why do you believe what you believe, you should be able to defend, and explain why you believe that, not just because someone told me so or because, you know, I was born into this family and we're conservative. It shouldn't be that. You should be able to defend why you believe what you believe. But then you should also know your other side. So go and study the other side and try to, see where they're coming from. Know the points, know the studies, know the all the stuff from the other side so that when you have those conversations, you can actually have a conversation with them. But you're right, there's no civil conversation, no civil discourse anymore. It's all about, people talking points and doing this kind of stuff, and they just shout those out. And so I actually recently watched Ben Shapiro, um, he was at Oxford and Cambridge, and I watched that debate session. He came in, that was a literal debate where they actually had the 2 different podiums that they would stand across and face each other, and they were given time to ask, time to respond, time to to rebuttal, that kind of thing. They were given time back and forth. Um, and there was a moderator there that seemed to be pretty fair, and I liked it because there were issues that were being addressed, and there was actual civil discourse from these students at these universities, and 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 it's amazing. You could see more of it there than you can on our own campuses here in the United States. You get some people that go onto the campuses, and somebody like Charlie Kirk with Turning Point USA, or um, I can't think of anyone else right off my hand. Well, Ben Shapiro has done some, and they'll go onto the campuses and they talk about the current events and things like that. And a lot of times there is no civil discourse. It's just people yelling and spitting and turning, flipping tables and stuff. Um, so yeah, I love the that teaches people to debate respectfully. I think the last respectful debate I saw, that I really remembered was, oh my gosh, hang on a second. It was George Bush the first. So would it have been Clinton that he was debating with? Yeah, I think that might have been it. But it was something where I remember looking back thinking, "Oh my gosh, this is like they're arguing and they're disagreeing, but they're civil about it. They're nice about it." Where they were, I guess, polite, civil, that's what I really want. Instead of, and then it just after that, as I was in my young voting years and watching things, people were just attacking each other, and it's a big turnoff. Big turnoff. Snipe hunt. Hey, Shadow Scout. Hello. Oh, it's evening for you. You know what? In about another hour, it'll be evening for us just because the sun will be going down. This time of year is awful because someone sent me a meme. It said, like, in November, it's like morning until 2 and then it's evening. It's just that's what it feels like. It's the time of year, and the short days and everything. Oh, Weekend at Bernie's. I liked that movie. Yeah, yep. Weak men create bad time. That's actually true. Very true. We have a society of, generally, at least here in America, we do. Oh my gosh. Aw, thanks. That's awesome. Just to pop up, like I was talking earlier, for those you guys weren't here at the very beginning, um, that I haven't been able to go walking this week, just because there was like 3 different incidents where there were, um, what I thought were gunshots one day, which was one neighborhood over. That was in the evening. Of course, I don't walk in the evening, but however, that just makes me nervous trying to walk in the areas that I walk in. There was, like, I swear it was a shooting slash car chase, and that's just on the main street that's right out here out of our subdivision. And I still don't know the details about that. I was trying to find anything in the paper or anything online if that's what was going on. And then downtown, there was some issues downtown where I take my girls to their dance class, and it's just always like, yeah, I'm not going to go walking. I'll just hang out inside instead. So anyway, that's why I decided to just pop up and talk. So we have a pop up talk today versus a walk and talk. And also for those of you who have come on later, I'm looking to plan my Christmas trivia show again. So if you're interested, just let me know. Yeah, I'd like to be part of the Christmas trivia show, and I'll be doing that in December. Um, I don't have a date, but I know I do want to gather some things to have some giveaways. So we'll do some giveaways and prizes and lots of fun trivia. The Sassy Gal game show. I don't know. Oh gosh. Yes. Okay. So attack the problems, not the people. Absolutely. Because I did a video on, I have another channel called The Recycled Mom, and that's more of my coaching, life coaching, and relationship, or addictions coaching that I do, but it's kind of this thing where I was doing this was during 2020, and I was talking about our fight is not with each other, it's with the systems, like, follow the money, and let the money take you to where the answer is, and that's where your fight is. People that are fighting in the streets today over things that are happening over in the Middle East, our fight is not with each other. It really is a our fight is with a system. And actually, because I have a biblical worldview, our fight is a spiritual fight. It's just a spiritual warfare. It's a spiritual battle. And our fight is not with each other. Our enemy is one, and our enemy, I'm talking about our enemy in the Bible. God's enemy is our enemy. And he wants us to be at odds with each other. He wants us fighting and hating and lying and doing all these things. He wants us to think that this is the way to handle things and we need to be at odds with each other. This is not it. This is not the way, y'all. Okay. Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you how I was just talking about this the other day. I'm like, yeah, okay, so they can't find who brought the dope into the White House. Um and yet, if they really want to, like they found all the people, in fact, my daughter was watching one of these crime shows where the FBI, what is it, where you have to dodge the FBI. It's like there were certain people, I don't know, there was like a group of people, or it was a couple. I don't know if it was all together at once or just one couple, but you were notified on the spot that you were being the hunted. And these people would be like, "Oh my gosh." And they would have to go. They would grab their stuff and jump. They would have burner phones. They would try to evade the FBI for the longest that they can. And an FBI would find them. And so it just amazes me is that they can find all these people that were, around, in a certain year in the month of January. They found all these people, right? But they can't find who brought the dope into the White House. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, see? Sun goes down at 3. Oh my gosh. I think we have what we call golden hour right now. We still have to get to December, but golden hour is like 4:30. And my whole, um I call it a sunroom. It's not officially a sunroom, but all the sun when the sun sets, that's the room that gets the sun, and it turns orange for about 10 minutes, and then it's gone. So, by 4:30, it's dark. I can't imagine the sun going down at 3. Oh my gosh. Hey, if you guys should look for, if this is you, if you suffer from this time of year having a little more depression, they call it the oh gosh, seasonal affective disorder, something like that. But basically, it's SAD, and we all get sad this time of year because the sun is just not out as much. So I bought a sun lamp. It's not anything that you would tan under, but it has the light of the sun, and it's sun therapy. And so you can do it for up to an hour a day and just have it, like on your desk, and you can just have it there while you're working. And it will, a lot of people are working inside. My husband used to travel to DC all the time, and this time of year would be awful for him because he went to work when the sun was down and he came home when the sun was down. And so in order for him to see the light of day, he would go outside on his breaks, and just, go see the sunlight. So, having a sun lamp in your office, or in your home and just being able to sit by it and getting an hour of it is supposed to be good for you. It's supposed to boost your mood and help with that. So anyway. Hey, coffee man. Okay. That's my kind of thing. We will be everybody watch Uncle Al's mini waffles short, and you all leave a nice comment. Oh, the sensational sassy show. I can't even say that. Sensational sassy show. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh. Yay, Christmas show. Yes. Yes. I like having fun. We like to have fun here. So y'all get prepared for the sassy show, for Christmas show. Yes. Me too. Me too. And it's sad that there isn't, and then that selfishness and um, fighting and that kind of thing has been around since, and I say the dawn of time, I mean since the beginning of the Bible, beginning in Genesis 2, 3, forget which chapter it started in, but yeah, there's just just jealousy and all that kind of stuff. It's sad, it's there, but it's just look at our world now. And I wish that there was more of it. And all we can do is we can show kindness, we can be kindness, be the change, be peace, that kind of thing. Um, and we're going to become a small remnant, I think, of people who are going to be kind and such. So, hey, Nene, she's just popping in on my pop up chat to say hello. Hope you're doing well, Nene. Yep, that's what I was getting at. Absolutely. And he's having a heyday right now. He's just loving it that we're all fighting and turning away from God, denying God. In fact, we even have AI denying God and writing an AI Bible to say that it would be the correct religion. Thanks, Nene. I appreciate that. Oh, good. Yeah, solar lights are charging. Woohoo! Take advantage of that sun. Oh, okay. Bye, Uncle Al. That's so nice that you're helping the church with the Thanksgiving dinner. Oh, you like this time of year? Oh, well, there are some people that, they love the cold weather. I like the seasons personally. I like to be able to have a little bit of a break and, oh, how come I'm not seeing some of these comments? Um, anyway, yeah, I'm not one to handle the cold, well, actually the dark that much. I probably wouldn't have minded when I was younger, but right now I just want the daylight. I just want more daylight. Oh, Christmas crafts. I can't wait to start doing some of those. I was explaining earlier that I haven't been able to have some extra time, and this is um, not a bad thing, is mine, but I'm giving all my extra attention and time to my youngest daughter who's working on her Stars and Stripes project with American Heritage Girls. And I'll just say this because I get tired of explaining it. But if you're familiar with the Eagle Scout Award with Boy Scouts here in America, that's what she's doing. She's doing a big community project for a local organization here. And so she's going to be busy doing work days this weekend. And we've been out shopping, we've been fundraising, we've been and I meant shopping as in like shopping for materials. So she's putting together a blanket chest for this organization to be able to put out in front of their store for customers, or not customers really, but people to be able to drop off their donations. So it's bigger than the little tote box that they have, and it's decorative, um, more aesthetically pleasing. It will have a lid on it. And then she's also building a little ramp for the back stairs, for because people drop off all kinds of things like diapers and wipes and um, supplies like that, that if they drop off a lot, then they have to keep going up and down the stairs. This would allow someone to just kind of put it on the ramp that she built and let it slide down into a bin, and they could do that rather than going up and down the stairs all the time. So anyway, that's what she's doing. And so our she's we've got a couple busy weeks because her installation is December 1st. So we've got a couple busy weeks here through the Thanksgiving holiday. So anyway, we're excited, but we're also already worn out. We haven't even started the project yet. So anyway, and I was talking earlier about paperwork. It's just crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Um, Just saw that 4 years in-state college. Yes! Yes! These kids are gonna leave college with a mortgage, the debt equivalent to a mortgage. And my son saw that. He was interested in going to the local university here, and, he was so turned off, because he was like, "I would be saddled with the equivalent of, you know, like what our first mortgage was when we bought our very first house. It was 120, and yeah. And I was like, that's just not cool." And they didn't like that either. So, they'll do some classes on the side and just do some, just the whole hype of college plus the oh gosh, when the kids get in college and they come out indoctrinated, it's ridiculous. I think college is great for those if you're going into the fields of like medicine and law, things like that that need the higher education and the specialized, classes and things like that. But I think everyone should be able, our kids that are coming out of high school should go get a job and learn on the job. Um, I just think college is just hyped up way too much right now. And especially all of the stuff that's coming off the kids that are coming out and they're already kind of behind, especially if they're a tech job. They're already coming in behind because the tech curriculums can't keep up with all of the how fast it changes. So I think that employers, somebody like Microsoft or Google or whatever, some of these tech companies should be able to hire kids out of high school and go ahead and train them up, give them an internship or apprenticeship or something, and just train them. And that way you'll have them, they'll be 4 years ahead, they'll be current with what you're doing versus the kids that are coming out of college. They have a whole bunch of other crap that they come out with. Okay. I love other baggage that they come out of college with. And then they're already kind of behind because the curriculum is behind. So, anyway, oh, yay. 287 days till spring. Whoopee. Right, I know exactly, and I hate that AI is doing this kinda crap and, people are allowing it to happen, but then these people that are behind it are like, "Oh, yeah, AI is gonna do the best. It's gonna be the most correct version," and no, no, say no, just say no. That's the theme going on from here on out is just say no. Right. But like I said, in college, it's not gonna, in college, the curriculum is already behind, and that's coming from the tech companies that the kids that are coming out they still have to catch up so much, kids. Young adults, when they come out, they have to, um, catch up a little bit, and that's just sad. Anyway. Anyway, alright, y'all, I have been on here for an hour, just I feel like I've been babbling. Um Maybe we shouldn't name our right. Right. You know what? I really hate now my husband, if he watches the replay, I'm sorry, honey, but I've told him this. I we have the echoes in our house. And I hate asking for permission to turn on the lights. And I hate asking for permission for this, that, and the other thing from this device that sometimes will work and sometimes not. So sometimes I'll say, hey, you turn on the lights. And she doesn't. And I have to ask her again. And then she might turn on one. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and it's random. And it's one of these things is like, is she gonna turn it on? Is she not? And then of course I'm referring to the echo as a person. I should be saying it. But either way, it's fun. You never know what you're gonna get here when we ask for that. However, I do like the fact that I can say to I can't say it because there's one in this room. So I could say, Echo, Merry Christmas. And the Echo will turn on all the Christmas lights because we have those little smart plugs or whatever. And we program all of the Christmas trees and all the lights that we have and stuff. We program that into there and we could just say, Merry Christmas. And we turn on all the Christmas lights. And then we say, Bah humbug. And she'll turn them all off. So that is one nice thing that we can do with that, but yeah, shouldn't name it like it's a person. Although we have thought of doing it like Star Trek and saying computer, you know, computer, tea, Earl Grey, hot. I thought about that, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll do that. It's try to have some fun with it, I guess, but he knows that I would love to just throw them all out the window because they frustrate me so much. Anyway, but listen, you all have a great day. I gotta get doing some things tonight because it's AHG and it's our final meeting before the holidays, and, I gots to get out and get some stuffs. So, thanks for joining me today, and I hope y'all have a wonderful week, and I will be working on getting some videos up, and I'll be working on planning that Christmas show. It'll be here before you know it. So, y'all, remember, you stay sassy out there, but keep it classy, and I'll see you next time.